What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show, episode number 3 today for you guys live on YouTube. Also, check out our audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get podcasts. You probably enjoy it audio only, but sometimes the video podcast and audio are joined, and it's like, the meeting of two different worlds. But today we're going to talk about something that you struggle with and I struggle with in my everyday life: late night munchies. As the description in the video says, daytime is pretty easy for me, probably like you. Most of my private clients, they say, hey, it's easy. I'm busy all day long. I got my schedule. I got my routine. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Like, it's not a problem to eat what I'm supposed to, or really not eat the bad stuff, not eat the munchies. But when I get home, man, that's where the problem sets in. Right? You get home, you got the family or whatever it is, you sit down, you eat your dinner, and then it's like the emotional floodgates open, and every treat, every chip, every slice of cake, every leftover that's lying in your house starts calling your name, and you hear it chirping, eat me, eat me, eat me. And we will defy logic many times, and we'll justify in some way that we can have a little bit of the garbage. But what this video is about is to tell you what I do and what our clients do and how you can avoid those late night munchies. Now, we've run our own internal studies, and there's other studies out there. And what we found is many people struggling with a weight loss program, they're not at their ideal body weight, tend to eat 50% or more of their total daily calories after dinner. That's mind-blowing. So let's say you come home from work, you're awake at 7 o'clock in the morning, you go to work at 9 o'clock, you work 9 to 5, you have dinner at 5:30, you're done at 6 o'clock. Between 6 o'clock and let's say 10 o'clock, in those 4 hours, you eat 50% of the calories of your day. You eat just as many calories in the 4 hours before you go to bed as you've eaten in the 12 hours prior, being awake and running around and being active. Well, that's a bad thing, primarily because your activity drops. Like during the day, you're running around, you're busy, you can kind of earn a few extra calories. But at nighttime, your ass is sat on the couch next to your sweetie, Netflix and chilling. You're not burning any calories. I mean, definitely not the 2 minutes or so that you might be rolling around in bed upstairs before you finally conk out. That's not considered cardio or even a high-intensity interval training, if you will. You're not burning calories there. But also the calories you consume after dinner and before bed, it's likely not wild-caught salmon and quinoa. Let's be fair. You're eating garbage. You're eating the kids' leftover chicken nuggets. You're leaving the slice of cake from the weekend, take home whatever you ate, I did at dinner. You're eating any sort of chips, whatever cookies are laying around. You're making up BS concoctions of like chocolate syrup and maybe some Linza tarts that are in the fridge or whatever the hell it is. You are ravenous. You are like a wild human. It's like Lord of the Flies in your kitchen between like 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. when you finally do knock off and go to bed. Well, this is normal. Pro athletes I work with deal with this. Hollywood celebrities I work with deal with this. High-level CEOs deal with this. I deal with this. Fitness experts deal with, we all deal with this. There's an emotional component to our cravings. And this is something we need to understand. And I use the phrase, we want to walk with it. I want to hold my cravings by the hand. I want to walk with those emotional yearnings that I have. I want to understand them. I want to listen to them, but I want to guide them, which is why I say I want to hold their hand and I want to guide them. Now, quick takeaway. What do I do instead when I have those cravings? Well, most importantly is me personally, and this will be very helpful, I always need something in my hand. For me, it is a warm mug, usually with tea, or sometimes it's hot water and lemon like your grandma. Many times I'll have I have a 14-ounce mug. I don't have any here, but Dolce Coffee Roasters.com. We have amazing 14-ounce mugs. They're awesome. They're curved. They're great. This mug is great because I fill it up with 2 ounces of aloe vera juice, a little squeeze of lemon, and then the rest with hot water. And I can sit there and I can sip on this. It is very surprisingly and shockingly satisfying. Many times it's like a cigarette smoker who starts chewing bubble gum, right? Or lollipops or fidget spinners. We need some sort of distraction. For me, that hot water, sometimes it's chamomile tea or a peppermint tea or a non-caffeinated tea. Many times it is, but usually it's hot water, a little aloe vera juice, 1 to 2 ounces of aloe vera juice, hot water, and a little fresh squeezed lemon for that little bit of flavor. And there is a little bit of sugar in there. That's absolutely fine. I will sip on that. Sometimes, literally, I'll have 6 cups. That's a lot of water to have at night before bed, but it keeps me away from the crave. Another great tip that we have, a recipe that we have, we call them golden grapes for no other reason than it sounds kind of cool. Get red grapes, take them home, pluck them off the vine, wash them properly, put them into a Ziploc freezer bag and put them in the freezer. Freeze the red grapes. Have you ever had mochi before? It's like mochi. When you take them out, they're hard at first. But as you bite through the skin, they're soft and sugary and succulent, and you can eat them one at a time. An amazing nighttime snack. When you're craving something sweet, you want something sweet, you want ice cream, you're about to say, F it, F the diet, I don't care, I'm freaking out, I had a shit day at work, whatever's going on in the house, I need something sweet right now. Bam, the golden grapes. The frozen red grapes in your freezer, and I'll put them into a coffee mug because now I'm portion controlling. Put them into a coffee mug, sit down, and I will eat those one at a time, and I'll take my time eating one at a time, slowly enjoying the process. And also, sometimes I want salty, crunchy potato chips, right? Yeah, potato chips. No, not potato chips. Salted nuts, salted cashews, salted almonds work equally well as potato chips to beat the crave. Now we have a healthy alternative. We're craving something bad, but we don't want the bad thing because then there is the self-loathing that kicks in afterwards. We wake up the next day and we're like, oh, I feel like shit. You look like shit. Whatever remnants of abs you might have had are completely washed away for like 2 days now. You're done. You screwed it up. And you know you screwed it up. A 1/4 cup of salted nuts with the frozen red grapes. Amazing. This is an amazing Netflix and chill. Sit down with your sweetie, watch TV, and eat them. Like literally, I will take 1 cashew and I will bite half the cashew like popcorn slowly. I won't just jam it into my mouth because now be careful. You can certainly overeat on cashews and almonds. You can overeat, but eat slowly. We're just trying to satisfy the crave, the beast within that's always ready to attack, right? So, hot tea, hot water with lemon goes a long way. Having something in your hand constantly, because as I'm hungry, I'll sip. I used to do this a lot when I was wrestling and working with wrestlers when you're cutting weight. My God, it goes so far. The frozen red grapes paired with salted, crunchy cashews is absolutely amazing. And then let's say I'm in an acute diet phase. I'm really dieting at this point. I'm starving. I need something more substantial than just a snack. I will make myself an omelet, a veggie omelet, 1 whole egg, 2 to 4 egg whites. I will whip that up, add a little bit of oat milk, very simply, and I will add some veggies to it. Some spinach, some peppers, some onions, no big deal. A little bit, like 1/4 of an avocado. I'll add a little bit of green Cholula sauce to it, green pepper sauce to that, green chili sauce to that. And I'll have that at night before bed. Well, that's delicious. It's very low calorie. It satisfies the soul. You go through the process of eating, but you're not overeating and you're not eating bad food or off-menu food. Right? This is a great way to control those late night munchies, the hunger that we all get, and you must expect it. You must expect to come home, eat your dinner, and go through this emotional roller coaster. I do almost every night. Legit, guys. Almost every night, I go through the same exact thing that you go through, but I have protocols in place because I anticipate I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to be craving. I had a tough day at work. I'm a little stressed out. I'm a little sad. I'm a little, whatever the deal might be, I'm prepared for it. The grapes are in the freezer. They're already, I know right now I'm talking to you. They're there right now. We have cashews and almonds in my house right now, ready to go. I have the eggs. I have the veg. And one little tip, I have the veggies already pre-chopped. It's so easy. We'll get a bunch of peppers. I always have 1 or 2 peppers and onions already chopped and mixed up, ready to go. It makes it so much easier. Compliance. This is the deal. It makes it so much easier. But that cup of hot water, I always think of like Ethel, right? Old Grandma Ethel. I didn't have an Ethel. We had Grandma Rhoda. But I always think about that. Having that cup of water is huge. Hot water, a little bit of aloe vera juice, and some lemon or lime squeezed in there. Let me know. Literally, I'll drink 6 or 8 cups of that at night as I'm relaxing, watching TV. And I will wake up the next day after going through the roller coaster of cravings. I will wake up the next day and be so proud of myself and so motivated and so happy because I know I won the battle. You've heard me talk about the 3-minute battle before. I've won the battle. You can win the battle with these tips. So please give this a try tonight. You will be called to the kitchen after dinner, before bed, when the family's asleep. They're in their rooms. You're going to creep down and you know what's in there. And you're going to, oh, just a little taste, just a little taste, just a little pick. Don't do that tonight, guys. Don't do that tonight. Win this little 3-minute battle. Have your protocols in place. Get this set in stone and start to live this. This is the way to break free from old you, right? Our habits create our reality. In order to make a new reality for yourself, you must create new habits. And this is one easy, great way to do it. Let me answer some quick questions for you guys. Mike, what's up, Mike? Hey, Mike, always great to see you, brother. Likewise, my friend. Great to see you too, man. Thanks for being here. Andrew, bang, Andrew, what's up? Michael says, I roll around with little Debbie in the bed. She's so naughty. I mean, I'm so naughty. That is gross and funny. You remind me of George Costanza. Cowboy, I ate French toast and donut holes tonight. I was weak tonight. Whoa, that is not a good one. Right? I understand completely. I've been there myself. But brother, what I would do right now, Cowboy, if I'm you, I'm going to put a bunch of water down and I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a 10, 15, 20-minute walk right now. I'm going to try and mediate that massive insulin surge that you just created. I'm going to try and wash that away to the best of my ability, right? That's a tough one right there. Michael says, I'm loving the grape idea. It's awesome. Those frozen red grapes are so freaking good. Be careful if you have young children because it's a little tricky. You got to bite them and break them apart, whatnot. Philip, what's up, Philip, for the algorithm? Thank you. Guys and gals, if you appreciate this content, videos like that, I ask you to just consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, but definitely leave comments and questions below these videos. I answer every single comment or question within the first 24, 48 hours, but I read every single one, and I turn many of your questions into standalone videos. So I'd love to answer your private question, individual question in a full video. It gives me the time and the ability to do so. Bobby says, frozen grapes for the win. Amen, my man. I love those frozen grapes. Thank you so much, Michael. You got it, brother. Thank you. Frozen grapes have become a staple in my diet. Thanks, coach. Awesome. DK, clearly you're following the Dolce diet protocols. You're aware of the frozen grape tip that we have, right? We've been talking about that for a while. Right on, coach. Great tip. C4, thank you for being here. Wise Guy says, this channel deserves so many more views. Great advice. Thank you, Wise Guy. I appreciate that. The only way we get more views is by you guys hanging out with us, watching, and engage in any way that you're comfortable giving back to us. I appreciate anything you want to do. If you want to click the subscriber button, give the video a thumbs up, leave comments below. The engagement that drives the views, it lets YouTube know, hey, start promoting this channel into the algorithm. And we were shadow banned a while ago for providing amazing content. When the pandemic struck, we were trying to tell people how to be healthy, and due to whatever algorithm out there, we were actually banned factually. I got the nasty gram email. I tried to contact people to get it out. We were just put into the algorithm because we're telling people to reduce their BMI, live a healthy lifestyle, get their diet in order, go to the doctor, get comprehensive blood work, live a healthy lifestyle. And that got us banned. What a crazy world we're living in. But we are battling back. And thank you guys for being here. Zach says, are frozen fruit smoothies a healthy option? They are a healthy option, but be careful. Frozen fruit smoothies should not be only fruit. Anytime I make a smoothie, and we have dozens of smoothies, if you guys are interested, you can click the link below. If you go to thedolcediet.com, let me see if I can pull it up just briefly, just to show you this. I can do it actually right now. I'll make it quick for you. Here, bam, share screen. Hold on, it's coming. We're getting there. Bam, bam. All right. So you can see that. Let me take that down. Bam. Let me move me down to the bottom. There we go. So if you look right here at thedolcediet.com, well, you can certainly check out our programs. We have 4-week and 12-week personalized diet and exercise programs that are freaking awesome. We also have handbooks. These handbooks are killer, right? Excuse me. Specific recipes, bam, are banana flaxseed pitbull pancakes, bam. You can get those individual standalone recipes, East Coast breakfast toast. Do we have any of our smoothies up yet? We're certainly building them. I mean, all these great recipes are here for you guys. We have a cookbook that's available. It's on Amazon. It's on iTunes, the Dolce Diet Living Lean. But I only say this because these handbooks are now growing in popularity. We got great workouts for you guys kettlebell quickies and fat loss programs and all sorts of great stuff. This is at thedolcediet.com. You can click the links below if you're interested in learning more about any of the programs we have, standalone diets. We also have 1,200 free articles at thedolcediet.com also, where we got great articles, crock pot recipes we love. Like, man, why would you not want to try the balsamic beef or roast beef and steak fajitas? These are all free. All free also. I get pumped up about this. We really try and go out of our way to do as much as we can to provide you guys with great content that's free content, right? This video is completely free that I'm here speaking with you right now. So this is free. We have, products and services that, you pay a couple dollars if you want something more, a little more personalized, more structure, more coaching, more attention. We really go out of our way, and all those links are below if you're interested in that stuff. But to answer the question on the smoothies, was be careful, because when you make just fruit smoothies, that's great. Fruit is great, but add something to it. Add some spinach to it, add some chia seeds or hemp seeds to it, or some flax seeds to it. Like, there's a lot of great additives that you can really make a smoothie delicious, but more of a complete meal. And that's really what we look to do. When we make we say a whole food smoothie, not a fruit smoothie. So we want to make whole food smoothies using a variety of high net nutrient, helpful whole foods. And in our Living Lean, I can't reach across, I don't think. Can I reach it? I can't reach it. This is our Living Lean cookbook, if you've ever seen it or never seen it. We got lots of great recipes in this also. It's available digital format. It's available at dolcedietshop.com. We got over 200 recipes in this. And the smoothie section, if I can find it, I don't know that I can. Dinner, sides and snacks, smoothies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, we got a ton of smoothies, probably about 24 different smoothies in here. This is all the smoothie section. Anyway, I nerd out over a lot of this stuff. We took so much time putting into this cookbook. We have all the nutrition facts, fats, carbohydrates, fiber, protein. We break it down, serving sizes, full ingredients, full recipes. All that is here. You can't quite see it because of the lighting and whatnot, but that's the Living Lean cookbook. I mean, iTunes and, Nook and Kindle and all that stuff, or Amazon and blah, blah, blah. That's all there for those who are interested. Andrew, what's up? Cowboy, good idea. Sorry for the failure. What failure? No, not found. No, bro, I'm not mad at you. Anytime we fall off the program, don't even think about it. Move forward. Right away, move forward. Don't self-load. This is the thing. You eat bad, you accidentally eat bad, you have a momentary lapse, boom, you eat the cookie, whatever it is. Don't even think about it. Right away, hydrate, more water. What could I do now? Get right back on the program. Let's move my body. I'm going to go for a walk right now. I'm going to mediate that insulin surge. That's what happens. When we eat good food, bad food, our insulin spikes. Walking, physical activity will pull that insulin back down. Now we're mediating the damage, right? So we start to go into damage control. We get that insulin back down. We start to hydrate. No stress. We're right back on the program. So, Cowboy, no worries, my man. I'm on your side. Mario, brother. Mario Tomek, your habits create your reality. Well said. Appreciate the commentary on my latest video, brother. Mario, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for being so open-minded. The video was sent to me. So you have a lot of fans and a lot of followers. We actually cross over here in our communities who sent me the video. Like, man, Mike, like, they didn't understand. And I went through, and honestly, I kind of didn't understand. And I appreciate your open-mindedness. It shows that we're probably very similar in many ways. I'll go through. I'm going to watch more of your videos. I subscribe to your channel, by the way, Mario, out of respect. And you look like you're doing great things. So let's chat, man. Let's chat offline. I appreciate it. Mario Tomek, everybody. Of the last video that I did, I kind of did a commentary on his video that had good content, but there's a few things that I disagree with. We explained it, and Mario comes on here like the true gentleman that he is, adding a nice comment to what we're saying. So thank you so much, and maybe we'll chat in the future, brother. Appreciate you. Michael says frozen bananas. Once for some shakes, didn't peel them first. I learned, yeah, that's a good point. If you're going to freeze bananas, you must peel them first. Otherwise, you got to throw them out. They're done deal. It's crazy world when the Island Boys are known by more people than the most honest person in health and fitness. I appreciate that. I don't really have a gimmick, right? I don't really, my gimmick is being honest, is being transparent, is just, telling the truth regardless of my ability to market or monetize. I'm a coach. Right? 4-time world MMA trainer of the year. I've worked with some of the world's greatest athletes, and I continue to do so. So I'm a coach, I'm a trainer. And my brand has always been telling the truth, being honest. And that's hurt me quite a bit. That has hurt me. That's hurt the growth of our brand. Let's say even the size of this channel. It's hurt me because a lot of people don't want to hear what I have to say, because I'm saying, hey, you got to be accountable. You got to be disciplined. You got to be focused. You got to be compliant. Getting fit is not hard. It's really simple. The challenge is doing it every single day and staying on course. That's the hardest part, is waking up and doing the things you need to do. And what we say is we want to exercise in a manner that's enjoyable. Like, that's why I change my training goals all the time. Whether I'm wrestling for a few weeks or a few months in the summer, I'm slanging barbells, or I'm doing some CrossFit workouts, or I'm on the beach running in the sand dunes. I'm on the bike going for 20, 30 mile bike ride, whatever it is. I wish I could swim. I'm not a good swimmer. I drown. But it's like constantly changing, doing things that are challenging. They're intellectually stimulating, but I like to do things that even I'm not that good at, which kind of challenges me to get a little bit better. So, and that's the stuff that I share here. So those Island Boys, they got their 15 minutes of fame. I've been doing this for almost 25 years now professionally. Right. So I'm not, to be fair, we'll look back again 20 years from now. Nobody will remember them. And I guarantee you I will be a little bit more gray, but I'll still be doing the same thing I'm doing right now, is sharing the most honest, actionable, and evidence-based information I can to improve your life. That's what I've been doing since day one. That's what I will continue to do, whether it's one person or 1 million people. Michael says, I just realized that I have your recipe book. I need to get that out and use it to slowly steer my diet in a better decision. I'm excited for that book. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen right now. The average person, we've done the research, not quite 1,000. We've had thousands of people unofficially, but about 700 or so of our clients and community members. We put out a questionnaire. We do. If you don't follow the newsletter, we have a newsletter at thedolcediet.com. Be a member of our newsletter. We've got awesome, free, cool stuff all the time. But we put out a newsletter a few years or so ago, when we were still in the Las Vegas offices. And we had a bunch of questions, but really we were focused on people's eating habits. And what we found, most people, the majority of people, eat the same 2 breakfasts regularly, the same 2 lunches, and the same 3 dinners on a weekly basis. And you think about that in your own life. You typically eat one of 2 things every single morning. You typically eat one of 2 things every single lunch. You typically eat 2 or 3 dinners regularly. You have your chili night, your pasta night, you have the place you go, you have the restaurant you go to, and you pretty much eat the same thing. At dinner at home, you eat basically the same thing. Lunch, you basically make the same thing. Breakfast, you basically make the same damn thing. It's true. Now, maybe you are 2 out of 3 instead of 1 out of 2. Some people I know, they eat the same damn thing every single day. But it's 2 or 3 of the same things. So simply use, like, let's say our cookbook. There's other cookbooks out there. Ours is freaking awesome. Find 2 or 3 awesome recipes that are easy to make, that are delicious, that suit your budget, but are nutritionally sound. That's why we say don't count calories, make calories count. If you're honest and accountable and intentional, you realize, hey, you know what? I don't need to eat a full cup of oats in the morning. I can eat 3/4 of a cup because I'm not quite losing the weight. I can slightly tone it back just a little bit. So what we tell a lot of people is like, hey, just get the cookbook, pick 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 3 different dinners. Eat those for a week. And then the next week, change 1 breakfast, change 1 lunch, change 1 dinner. See how that goes. Find what suits you and then build the pattern. And we talk about the 4x4, 4 meals, 4 hours apart, 4 times per day. That's an easy way to enter into a healthy fitness lifestyle. Don't worry about counting calories at first. Focus on the quality of foods. Focus on your habits. Focus on going to the grocery store and having apples and potatoes and chicken and quinoa and eggs and berries. Have those groceries in your house. So when it's time to make a meal, you have good ingredients. Quality, that's what matters first. Don't count calories, make calories count. In time, you can start to easily manage portion sizes that are in line with your activity level, with your body mass, with your lifestyle. We never count calories. If you want something more structured, you can click the link below. We have the 4-week and 12-week online personalized diet program, diet and exercise program, the total body transformation program at thedolcediet.com. We showed you that before. It's freaking awesome, right? You can certainly go there, check it out, see if it suits you. Everything you need is there, programmed for you, specific to you, created by myself, our team of registered dietitians and exercise physiologists. It's awesome. For those who want a little bit more structure, it's easy. Awesome, Michael. Bryson, loving all the new content. Frag HGH, awesome topic. Need more of these. It's funny because I was in it. Once I did that Frag video, I'm not a drug guy. I'm not a drug guy. Never have been. I'm aware of drugs. I know people who take drugs. We help people get off drugs. We work with bodybuilders preparing for competition, and they're on drugs. We work with a lot of men and women who are on HRT protocols, so we're very familiar, but that's always the last resort. And it should always be medically supervised, of course, right? But it's an interesting topic, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. These gray market peptides are available, and some are legally prescribed. And a lot of you have been sending us videos or questions about this stuff. You heard it, you listened to another channel, and what do you think about this? And some are horrible. You look at what happened in Boston. Lloyd, he blew out his kidneys. He's headed towards dialysis right now because he was taking a peptide. I believe it was a peptide. I mean, that's terrifying. I really feel for Boston and his family to have to deal with that. So we will start providing more quality, evidence-based, scientifically sourced information while also having some anecdotal experience, most likely. I mean, we work with a lot of humans around the planet that have, different goals and different legal jurisdictions also, which is important. Jay John says, thoughts on popcorn via the hot air popper. I'm not mad at that, but be careful because, popcorn is corn, higher sugar content than most people understand. It's so small, right? And a lot of times people will go from like the air popped popcorn kernels to like a bag of Smart Pop popcorn to movie theater popcorn. It's a slippery slope. So I'd say be careful. But, I'm not against it per se. I'd say be careful what you add to it, right? The additives are what gets most people. Mary says, thanks, man. I left a comment on your video adding a bunch of context, so I hope that helps people. Have a great weekend. Mario, thank you, brother. Much respect to you, my friend. Thank you for coming on and for the very open-minded, kind words. I appreciate you very much, man. And I clearly, I did the video with, fun. We're here on YouTube and whatnot, but with good, honest intention. I'm not a drama guy, clearly, right? So I think hopefully the way I approached it was very classy and straightforward. And thank you for leaving a comment, my man. And let's try and connect, brother. Rui says, hey, coach, I've been having trouble sleeping well lately since I had COVID. Any tips on how to get a good night's sleep? Well, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. You should speak with your doctor. But we've seen melatonin be very effective. You might need to figure out what dose makes sense for you. But we also know that COVID does disrupt sleep. That's a side. It's like having a cough or a headache. People with COVID tend to not get good sleep, and that's something to be aware of. Hopefully that starts to go away as your body heals from it. But you want to live the lifestyle that we always talk about. You want to go to bed 9 hours before you're supposed to wake up. You want to wake up early morning without an alarm clock, hopefully as the sun rises, right? To enhance chronobiology in your circadian rhythm. You want to be careful of stimulants throughout the day, whether you are or are not taking them. Who knows with COVID and whatnot. What we do in our house, we shut off the overhead lighting. We only go to floor lights and keep them very soft. We get rid of the technology. We shut off all the blue lights. At nighttime, we kind of like slowly, we phase down the energy in our house as it's close to the bedtime. We have 2 children, young children. So that helps them get ready for bedtime, jammy time, as we call it. Jammy time, kind of the lighting comes down. The sound in the house gets quieter. Everything gets a little bit more calm, right? Take the melatonin, a little chamomile tea, like get in a routine. I have a routine. I'm in bed at 9:15, 9:30 almost every night. So I can get my 9 hours of bedtime, hopefully my 8+ hours of true, deep, restful sleep. And I wake up without an alarm clock every day. And typically I'm waking up as the sun is coming up, almost regardless of the time of year. That's ideal. And I wake up and I feel like I want to get out of bed when I wake up in the morning at 45 years old. With a very busy, healthy, active lifestyle. I want to get out of bed because I'm energized, because I went to bed properly. But I understand COVID is a little, it's a black swan, right? So the things I'm saying right now, you're going to battle through a little bit as your body's healing, and much support to you, my friend. Phil says, do you know and or like Naudi Aguilar and his functional pattern training? I do not know. I do not know, Naughty. So if you want to send me a link, not here, not in the chat, but leave a link in the comment, maybe to his program or his channel. I'll certainly take a look. I appreciate that. Wise Guy says, Coach, what do you think about a diet focused on low GI food? That's food that would be lower on the glycemic index. I understand the concept, but I typically disagree with the conflated misuse of high and low GI food. What does that mean? Rice is typically a higher GI food by itself, but the glycemic index of an individual ingredient will dramatically change as it's added to the meal. So if you add butter to white rice, the glycemic index of the rice dramatically plummets, right? So it's not so much the individual food. We must think about the meal itself, but also we focus more on the insulinogenic activity of the ingredient or of the meal itself, not so much on the glycemic rating. What we focus on more, because food with varied GI rankings oftentimes do not have a proportionate impact on your body's production of insulin. Right? Oh, wait, that makes sense. So it's a false narrative that certain medium and high GI foods have a similar impact on insulin. And that's really the thought here. So what we look for is foods combinations that do not elicit that same high GI spike or insulin spike, unless we want that high spike. And sometimes we do, and that gets a little bit more complicated. C4 says, hey, Coach, are beans a good swap for meat in certain dishes? I live on a budget and can't always afford high-quality animal protein. Absolutely. I eat beans, black beans and pinto beans and garbanzo beans and, lentils, which are slightly different, but still, yeah, beans are great. I mean, pork and beans, now you're running into some trouble. But eat clean beans. And here's what you should do. If you get any canned beans, you want to take them out. You want to rinse them completely, like you're rinsing off pasta. You want to rinse them completely. Bullfighter says NASA means deceive in Hebrew, question everything. All right, fair enough. It was a clean shirt. My hamper. That's typically the way I dress myself. Is it clean or clean enough? I even say, it's clean enough. Kobe, Mike, I want to feel confident this summer. I got plenty of time, so time to get my act together. Cowboy, click the link below. Jump on the 4-week or 12-week personalized diet and exercise program at thedolcediet.com. Get started right now, my man. The #1 rated online healthy weight loss platform. We have, let's go to, bam, real testimonials from real people featured in all of these places, 2-time guest on the Joe Rogan Experience, all these amazing transformations of real folks dramatically changing their life on the Dolce diet, but also followed by amazing athletes, none other than the great Ronda Rousey, Dana White. Mike Dolce takes these athletes to another level. Just imagine what he can do for you. UFC president. My goodness, Dana, thank you so much. So you can think about Bonnie lost 75 pounds as a student of mine, private client, has a second chance at life. What an amazing story. Joe Kuhn lost 50 pounds in 2 months on the Dolce diet. Connor lost 58 pounds and changed his life. Point being, just check it out. You can click the link below. And today we have a 20% discount that we're offering you, promo code TRANSFORM. If you're interested, that is certainly available to you. But if you want to change your life, you want structure, this is one to check out for sure. Rui says, thanks, coach. You're one of the few person who pronounced my name right. Well, I appreciate that. I really do try and work hard to respect each person who comes on here and do my best to pronounce their names correctly. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Anyone and everyone, please let me know. I really do put the effort in, and I try. Doug says, in regards to lists, I know fasted is ideal. Is it okay to do that at night, after dinner, or before? How much before sleep, if so? Okay, so lists is, #1, for those who don't know, low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity. We prefer to perform our lists first thing in the morning while fasted. Why is that? Well, #1, because first thing in the morning, it is a great exercise modality to perform low intensity exercise, right? I don't know if I said that correctly. First thing in the morning, we're not well fed yet. We don't have the same energy yet. Our central nervous system is not excited enough yet to perform highly complex tasks. We're still mildly dehydrated from our night of sleep. Low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity is a great first exercise first thing in the morning. There is an amazing emotional and psychological impact, which should not be disregarded, of low intensity walking first thing in the morning to really set your mind for the day. Plus the cardiovascular and cardiorespiratory benefits of walking, right? First thing in the morning. Now, fasted lists, well, after we wake up first thing in the morning, we've been fasted. We haven't eaten for the longest period of time, most of us. So it's a great way to perform low intensity activity where our insulin is about as low as it will be for the entire day, which has a scientifically proven and agreed upon benefit to more efficient fat loss, specifically in the stubborn cells. Okay. Does that mean lists only is good while fasted? No. Lists is great all day long and all the time. My buddy Stan Efferding says he goes for a 10-minute walk after every single meal. Love it. That's lists. Many bodybuilders perform 10 to 45 minutes of lists after their glycolytic HRT training, high intensity resistance training. Some people will perform fasted or perform cardio later on at night, after dinner and before bed. That's great also. So there's really never a bad time, but there is a bit of a hierarchy based upon when you can perform these exercises. We're all busy. We got kids and families and jobs and school and career and all the other fun stuff that's going on in our life. So let's get it in. And I think it's easiest to get it in earlier in the morning because I can get it in, I can get it done, I can get it out of the way. And I try and get mine in before my family even wakes up. So I'm not taking away daddy time from my family, right? There's enough reasons for me to, my time is pulled away from my family and I want to be there as much as possible. Does having food allergies make 3 weeks to shred it difficult? Absolutely not. You can actually, when you go to the dolcediet.com, you can specifically that you go through an intake form and it will ask you very specifically, do you have any allergies? Do you have any dietary restrictions? Do you have a gluten allergy, a dairy allergy, a nut allergy? There's a few other allergies on there. So you can click that and you will be served up a personalized program specific to you. We have a vegan program on there for anyone who wants to be vegan. Like, do you? We got that all there for you at the dolcediet.com. It's definitely worth a look. 4T says, hey, coach, what if my times to lift is first thing in the morning? Can I lift first thing in the morning and then do my list later in the day? You can, but I would say if you have the time to do lists later in the day, why can't you do lists in the morning and lift later in the day? Why is this? Now, some people, I work with some people, they have to get their strength training in first thing in the morning. That's fine. We can work with that. But what I will say is high intensity glycolytic activity first thing in the morning will never be as successful as high intensity glycolytic activity later in the day after a couple meals. And for the reasons I said earlier, when we wake up, we're dehydrated. When we're dehydrated, we do not perform complex tasks as well. Okay. Our central nervous system is not excited properly to perform complex tasks. Okay. We do not have the circulating glucose to fuel that last extra grinding rep first thing in the morning as we would after 2 or 3 meals later in the day. So that being said, you can certainly do it, but if we could get a couple workouts later on in the afternoon, and some of our clients, they got these crazy lives and shifts. I say, hey, get your early workouts in, but your day off, that's where you should try and PR on your more complex movements. Maybe you do more of like Metcon style, circuit style training on your early shifts, and then more of your power explosive training a little bit later on in the day. Bullfighter, is list on a stationary bike okay when I wake up as a substitute for walking? Absolutely. Just watch your heart rate. We try not to get our heart rate above 110 when we perform lists. Dolce hopped off an old video. Didn't know you were live. Let's go, baby. Any tips on having anterior pelvic tilt and hitting the ab muscles without hip flexors taking over? Thank you. Yeah, consider doing planks. Prone planks, which is on your elbows, or even, in push-up position, but also consider side planks and bird dogs. There's another great exercise. What the hell is he called? This is a Stuart McGill. It's a Stuart McGill. It's like really for back rehab. It's called the roll-up. He performs these roll-ups, which is basically, can't quite show you in camera here. What you're just simply trying to do is you're trying to contract, bring that lower rib down to your pelvis, almost in a straight line. And when you do that, man, if you could feel my abs right now, it's like steel. So like the old school doing sit-ups, rounding that flexion of the spine, that's antiquated. We're not really trying to do that anymore. So I would say look more towards bird dogs, because you always got to give love to that lower back, right? I would bird dog, I would side plank, and I would prone plank, or I would do like a prone plank on a what's it called? Like a Swiss ball or like a TRX. There's a bunch of different ways you can do that. Get a little bit more mobility in there. I hope that helps. Maybe I can do a whole video. Leave a comment or question after this video posts. Leave that question in the comment section, because that's where I'll go back, review it, and I can shoot a video later on in the week for you. I can actually shoot. I got a training floor over here. I can actually show you on the training floor. I got a great video tomorrow about push-ups. That will be a in-gym training floor video. Some of you have been asking for more gym stuff, training stuff. So it's a push-up variant that you haven't done before. That's going to blow your mind. Anthony, if you lift at night, should you only eat carbs right before and after a session? No. I mean, we're pretty basic. Your carbs should be evenly spread throughout the day. Simple. You could eat a little bit more carbs before, but really it's better to eat your carbs afterwards. Like your carbs are stored. It's really the carbs you ate yesterday are the ones you're going to be using for energy expenditure today, right? Unless maybe you're shooting like a little bit of beet juice. I'm not a fan of the Jim Stepani style, like Pixie Sticks and Power Sour Patch Kids. I get it. like a John Kiefer's carb backloading. I get it, but I'm not a fan of synthetic toxic chemicals entering my body, biological human cellular organism that we are. So I'm going to lean more towards like a beet juice, which I think does a better job even. Doug, okay, great. Thank you. My schedule would have me do lists at 4 a.m., but I'll give that a try. Give it a try, man. See what happens. Thanks for all the knowledge and the Q&As. It's an honor. Honor that you guys are here. Everyone here who's here, thank you so much for being a part of the channel. I'm here for you guys. Seafood allergy, I'm going to sign up. Thanks, Mike. Bam! Well, let me know. And it's easy because even what's cool about the dolcediet.com is if you have an allergy or you want to substitute some of your meals. I don't think I can actually show it here. I have to go behind the paywall. Look at that dude. I don't think I can go behind the paywall. I have to go behind the paywall actually. So I can't quite show it right now, but where is it? So you can see like right here, right? This is my menu. So on this, and that's the way it looks. It's the way it looks on your phone and tablet, right? Super cool. But you can actually, you have the ability to click on substitutions, right? So you can even like, if it says like, it's a salmon, you can actually click on the salmon and it'll give you substitutions for the salmon, like an equal exchange of maybe steak or maybe chicken or maybe like black beans even, depending. So that's another thing that we thought of for you. So if you have a seafood allergy, bam, you click on substitutions. It'll tell you what is a like substitution for you. Maybe you just like don't feel like eating the salmon that night. That's fine. Max Jones, 23 minutes in and only one frozen grape tip. No, you missed the beginning of the video, man. I talk about frozen grapes. I talk about salted nuts. I talked about the aloe vera tea with the fresh squeezed lemon. I talked about the veggie omelet, the three things that I do. So I think you probably missed the beginning of the video, Max Jones. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all for being here. That seems to be the end of the questions. I try and answer every single question every single time I come on. So I appreciate you guys for your time. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. It will certainly help us get back into the algorithm. If you like this video, any tips, give us a thumbs up. That was, let me know that you appreciate the content. But definitely consider leaving any comments or questions below. I would love to answer your question in its own standalone video. Leave questions below. Many of the videos that we've produced over the last few weeks have been solely created because of your questions. I want to answer your questions. I want to give you as much value as possible. And that's really the whole point of this channel. I'm here. This is your channel. So whatever you can do to, engage and be a part of it, I'm here for you guys. Thanks, boss. Anthony, you got it, my friend. Bullfighter says, what's the maximum minutes for fasted lists? Well, about 30 minutes is where you really start to get into the thermogenic effect, the fat loss effect of lists. But we try not to go more than 90 minutes. 45 to 60 minutes seems to be the sweet spot. Why not more than 90 minutes? Because once you get to 90 minutes or so, you start to tap into some of that stored glycogen again. It's really hard to keep your heart rate right about, 110 or below the farther you go because your body is just working harder and trying to become more efficient, right? So we say 45 to 60 minutes is ideal for fat loss. Rui says, you deserve more subscribers, Coach. Well, I appreciate you, Rui. As long as you guys are here, as long as you guys are engaging, YouTube, the algorithm will figure out that this is the #1 channel for honest, actionable, and evidence-based information here on YouTube. We will break through the algorithm together, and you guys will be a part of that. So every new subscriber we get is because of you guys. Everything that this channel does and grows is because of you guys being here and being a part of it. And I appreciate that. And I'm here for you. Jeremy says, do your certified consultants read blood work, specifically hypothyroidism and low T issues? Do they meet in person in the Austin area? Jeremy, yes. So we have a team of licensed registered dietitians here on staff. You can go to dolcedietshop.com if you want to set up a consult with any of our registered dietitians, or if you want one of our dietitians to work with you for an 8-week My Diet program, as we call it, you could actually click the link below this video to learn more and schedule a consult for the dietitian to read your blood work or to work one-on-one with them. We're happy to do it. Excuse me, I got a dry throat from all this talking. Anthony says, keep doing what you're doing. Even though I fell off, you never gave up on us. Let's go. I'm getting back to sexy. Hell yeah. I will not give up. We are fighting the good fight over here every single day. This is 3 videos. Did 3 videos yesterday, 3 videos today. I'm pushing. as much content as I can put out for you guys. And you guys are driving it because of all of your great questions, all of your great engagement. You will see in a short period of time, if you're new to the channel, we provide you with information that is real and usable and effective, proven at the highest level of sport. And I'm the 4-time world MMA trainer of the year. I've worked with many world champions, hundreds of professional athletes, Olympic medalists, CrossFit podium stander, like third place and seventh place in the CrossFit Games, Division I national champion wrestlers in NBA and NFL and NHL and PGA and all the great sports. We work with them all. And everything I tell them and everything I do with them, exactly what I tell you guys right now. That's the real of it. That's the truth. So I appreciate you, Anthony. We're here for you, man. Philip, one more for the algorithm. Thank you, Phil. Make sure you leave comments after this video posts too, because YouTube weights those comments higher than the chat. I love the chat because we get to engage. It's like we're all hanging out. But after these videos post, just give us a little bit of something. Give us a thumbs up if you can, right? I'm not, if you can, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, at least for sure. And make sure that maybe consider clicking notifications. I don't want to over ask here, but you should see our videos pop up into your stream. You should get notified. I put out 3 videos a day right now. You should start seeing, hey, Dolce video, there's a Dolce video. If you're not getting 2 or 3 notifications that we have 3 videos out, that means we haven't busted through the algorithm yet. YouTube is still holding us down, but we'll get there. Eric says, F you. YouTube has not recommended a video in 6 months. How dare they? Well, make sure, and a lot of times, and I've heard other creators go through this, you have to check and make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube has unsubscribed people, and make sure that notification bell is on, right? You have to go through. And I heard Alan Roberts recently say, it's like every 3 months, his subscribers have to resubscribe and re-click on the notification. I don't know. Maybe that's happening with you guys. I don't know. Honestly, I wish I had more of a tech background. I'm just so busy with all the other stuff. It's really hard to navigate the YouTube, algorithm and all the shadow banning and all the craziness. It'd be great if you could just put out a video. People who subscribe to the channel want to see it. They get shown that it's on. And then if you want to watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. But all the shenanigans that goes on behind the scenes, it's annoying, but it does not stop us. We are still here. Richard says, Mike, you should do a video on the ultimate way to hydrate: salts, lemon, and water. I actually will do that. And I have an amazing rehydration drink that we use with all of our pro athletes. So I just screenshot that and I will put a video out there. All right, guys and gals, it's time for me to get home to see my little babies and have some fun with the family. I appreciate you guys for being here. Again, check the links below. We got great content, great products, great services. We have the 20% discount right now. Promo code TRANSFORM at thedolcediet.com if you want to take advantage of our 4 and 12-week personalized program. Rodney says, I appreciate OG Dolce's great work. Thank you. What's your favorite snack? Go-to snack when you have them munchies? It's honestly the tea. I'm to the point now where I crave that aloe vera tea with the fresh squeezed lemon, even more so than the grapes and the cashews. It used to be the grapes and the cashews because I needed that. I'm like a salty, crunchy guy. I love chips. I love that type of stuff, man. Give me a bowl of French onion dip and potato chips. I'll just stand there all day long in my old days and just eat that until it's gone, right? So that's who I am inside my soul. And then I went to the grapes and the salted, cashews and whatnot. And that was great. But I knew I was already well fed. And here's the thing. I knew I was well fed. I knew I was nutritionally fulfilled. So I was like, man, I'm here. I'm eating these extra foods, and they're good foods. They're healthy foods. I'm not really blowing my calorie budget, as Mario Tomic actually said. And I like that term that he used. I'm not blowing my calorie budget here, really. But I don't really need to be eating this stuff. And I really started to push more towards the aloe vera tea. 2 ounces of aloe vera, 10 ounces of hot water with a little fresh squeezed lemon or lime. And literally, like I said in the beginning of the video, I drink that 6 or 8 cups of that a night. And it fulfills me. I don't really want to eat any crappy food when I have that warm little friend in my hand and I'm just sipping on that watching a show. It works. It works really well. Every time I get injured is when I work out in the morning, dehydrated. Bullfighter, exactly. That's why we do not suggest high-intensity training. Walk, move, very passive first thing in the morning. Let's get the body moving. Rodney, great work, OG Dolce. Triple OG, I will take that, Rodney. All right, guys and gals, Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate that. That's the wife calling now, so I got to go. But until next time, boom.